Hey everyone, it's Anna Runyon from classycareergirl.com, and today I have a really exciting interview with you. I'm very excited to introduce you to Abi Ventour. She is a mentor that helps introverted professionals find courage and confidence with personality power. And what we're going to talk about today is her journey starting her business, her challenges, and how she pushed through those challenges. So if you're considering starting a business, you are going to be very inspired and motivated by Abi's story here. I'm really excited to get to interview her. So thank you, Abi, for joining us today.
Hello, Anna. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us a little bit more about some of those fears you had when you were starting your business.
Well, when I was starting, I was kind of debating if I should start at that time or if I should just maybe wait for a couple more months when I had built up that courage.
Yeah.
And so it was bugging me. Like I had sleepless nights. I was stressed out, thinking, "Oh my God, can I do it? Should I start now?" So it was just a fear of starting, just being able to make that first step and making the decision, transitioning from, working for someone for the rest of my life or doing something that I love and being my own boss.
Yeah, there's a lot of fears. I've been talking to so many women. It's just the mindset in the beginning of like, can I
Yeah.
do this? So what
And
were
the
you,
thing with the
yeah,
mindset is it overpowers you, you have that willpower, but the mind does not make you move, unless you just block it or, what they say, you just throw it to the back.
right. Yes. So what were you thinking? Like, what were some of your thoughts before you started your business?
Some of the thoughts that I had was that how am I going to get my website up? Which social handle would I use? Where am I going to get clients? Is anybody going to listen to me? I live in the Caribbean, but everybody is in the U.S. or in Germany or in Australia. So those were the things that really bugged me. That caused me to kind of delay the whole startup.
Are you there?
I'm there,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was like, there's silence for a second. We're Zooming live on our Facebook page too. So welcome to everyone who is joining us on our Facebook page as well. And please comment and let us know who you are and if you have any questions that we can help you out as well too. So okay, so we've talked about kind of those fears. I think everyone is listening has those fears too, right? There's just so many
Yeah,
fears and there's so many details. It feels like there's all these social media channels and all that stuff that you talked about.
too many, and they keep increasing every time.
They do. They do. I know when I started, my first social media profile was Twitter, and that's like all I had back in
Right.
2010. Now there's all these other ones I have.
There's so
So
many. There's so many. And then this is the thing as well. It depends on what sort of business you have. Some of these handles may not apply to you. So, you kind of want to wonder which one should I use, or which ones should I use if there's more than one. But yeah.
So what problems and challenges were you kind of facing when you started?
To be honest, Anna, when I started, I actually had looked at a lot of these other mentors, these other coaches that had their own businesses, and it always seemed like everything was just so beautiful. But you kind of wonder how do you get there? And then they will start talking about making six figures, and you wonder like how did they arrive at that? And then they will tell you that someone helped them, but who? They never really said. A lot of them didn't really say who helped them.
Hmm.
And some who did say who helped them, when you went on to their page or their social media handle, these exorbitant prices, it was just, I couldn't believe that, this was going to cost so much. So then that fear came in, like, okay, this is going to dent my banking account, or I don't have that money at all. So, this was really a shock to me that some people, were saying a lot about how much they earn and how you can have that position, but there wasn't a lot of information.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
everywhere right now for sure. So that was kind of keeping you up at night as far as how am I going to pay to learn all this stuff?
How am I gonna afford it? Yeah, it was a lot. I've seen some really exorbitant prices.
I know
And
it's
then, I started looking at that on, how on social media, if you start researching something, the ads keep popping up.
yeah, you get on their ads.
So the ads kept popping up and I kept clicking, and I said, if I was going to do this, somewhere somehow there was going to be something that I could afford. And then I saw yours.
Yay! Affordable.
I saw Classy Career Girl and Corporate Rescue Plan, and I saw it for a couple of days, and then I said, okay, this is too good to be true. Maybe it's not real. And then you had a discount. So the first month was $0 or something like that. Really, really good. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna give this one a chance. And I'm so happy I did.
Yay! And what month was that? When did you join?
I joined in November, I
November.
believe.
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
been with us for a while. Okay.
Yes.
Because I remember you being very active in the Instagram pods that we've been hosting at Corporate Rescue Plan.
Yes. I mean, I have to say shout out to Hillary and you when you both introduced that Insta pod. Nice, nice, really nice.
That's fun. It's been a great way to get to know everyone on a deeper
Mhm.
level and really grow that community and that support network
And I
too.
think we're all very close now. Everyone in that pod, we have still kept it. It's still going. It was meant to be just for a couple of days, I think a month, but everyone is still, in it and still active, still commenting, sharing, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's like you guys are our top posters and our top CRP members that are so active and pushing it every day on Instagram too. So, okay, so you found out on a Facebook ad. So our Facebook ads were introducing you to Corporate Rescue Plan. But what made you how did you make that decision? Like what made you make the decision to join Corporate Rescue Plan?
Well, as I said, it was it was affordable, so that it kind of calmed me down for a bit. And what really made me, stuck at keeping my plan and getting on board with doing my own business was what was in the copy, you know, you know, certain things that you said, like, have the freedom, or want to start your own business, that plan, so it was not just start today, but start with a goal, start with a plan. Those words really, they really moved me, and I was happy that it was something that was going to be slowly progressive. So like I had steps in plan phase 1 up to phase 4, and so that really moved me to say, okay, you can do this. It's not just go and do it today and it would happen tomorrow. There is that continuity, that time frame, baby steps. So I was really happy to have those words jump at me.
I love that. And so what phase are you in right now?
I would say, because I had some weeks when I wasn't doing anything at all. I was just really busy, because I still work. So I would say that I am just finishing in phase 2 and I'm starting in phase 3, which is the side
Awesome.
hustle.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that's one of the best things is that you can kind of see where you are at and check off those milestones and move through it depending on where you
Yeah.
are. So congrats. I mean, that's huge. Getting through phase 1, moving past phase 2. Then we get to welcome you into phase 3.
Phase 3. And Anna, like what I noticed, especially with the people in the group, the people in Corporate Rescue Plan, is that you when you tell them, like when you say, hey guys, I'm having a bad day or I'm having a bad week, there's always someone who says, hey, yeah, that happened to me last week and this is how I overcame it, or don't worry, keep pushing. So I'm happy to be in that group where I can still lean on someone, even if it's not you or your husband. people there, there's women there to motivate you and give you a pat on the back or a hug, virtual hug.
I know. The community is amazing. You guys do the same for me too if I have a bad day.
So that's one thing I like about the group, and I like about this team is that, there's always a motivator, someone else to give you a little hand or just tell you that it's okay, you're doing the right thing, you're still going for your goals, you're still reaching to, own your own business. It's a tough path. It's not going to be a whisk of a wand and you get it, So I'm happy for that. I'm really happy for that.
So what were some of the first things you did when you joined?
So when I joined, I immediately went to your video, your welcome video, and I went through your phases. So it said in phase 1, this is what you're experiencing. This is what's going to be happening in phase 1, phase 2. So I went through the phases, and I got some an introspect as to what to expect, what's going to happen when I start and how it is going to evolve and, take me to the last phase, which is the sign my resignation phase.
Yeah.
And, I started doing the phases. So I was starting doing the phase 1, batching my weeks and settling in, kind of figuring out what I want, and really just following everything that you had in point form. I was really, I was the best student. I was listening and reading everything and saying, Anna said to do that, I'm going to stick to it,
Awesome. I love that too, that you were learning, but I just did an Instagram post about this just an hour ago. You were learning, but then you were doing and taking the action too, and actually following through for sure. So the best student award, I guess. I love it.
We should have that. We should have that best student.
I know. I need to have some awards. I'm definitely looking to put some more community fun stuff in for the next 6 months. And I think that's a really good idea, is having awards. So we'll
and at first when you join, you say, this is the steps you take, you join the group. So then I joined the Facebook group, and then I realized there was so many women, so many people in this corporate rescue plan, and everybody just had one basic thing, which was to have that financial freedom or own their own business. And I was happy for that, not to be alone.
I love that. Yeah, you have that support group of other people who are doing it just like you too.
Yeah, of course.
So what would
I think it's important to have, not just the steps, but that community to help you along.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause you can't do it alone. And I can't be the only one too. That's what I love, is that everyone's jumping in and helping each other.
Right.
So you get feedback from a lot of different people that are committed, they're here and they're committed to you and to their business as well.
Yes.
So what do you think your life would be like if you had not followed the plan?
I think I would not have been as structured as I am now. I think I would have probably jumped from phase 1 straight to the end.
I quit.
Yeah, I think I would have just mumbled and, not have that, that step-by-step path, or not that you're not having a step-by-step, but not knowing what comes first and what comes, after. So that guidance is probably one thing that I would have not done properly have I not, joined the plan. It really helped me put things into perspective and structure. And I remember reading something from you that said, especially with the batching, that you wake up in the morning, you have to have your Starbucks coffee. And, so you having that structure also helped me. So I know that it works, having a structure, having a plan. Journaling, I never journaled, I started journaling, writing down what I needed to do. And it really helps, it really helps.
Definitely. Yeah. It helps to kind of see how someone else did it and apply it to your own situation.
That's it. And I think in starting up, you do need guidance. You do need someone to, help you take proper steps, and not just mumble everything together or get confused, because you can easily get confused, you know, as to what you're doing. If you should do this, if you should write 5 blog posts today, or, you know, write an email sequence the other, you know, that kind of thing. Well, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff you could do. And so it's having the right, like, you don't want to be doing something too advanced at an earlier stage. And so there's a lot of information out there. So I think, yeah, you're totally right. Is just having that plan to check off is really helpful.
Right. Yeah.
So let's get to the fun part of results. Like, what are some of the results that you've had? I know I just found one. I told her right before we went on, I was looking through the Facebook group to get all of her CRP wins.
Yeah.
So I could be ready, because I know there was one big day that you shared with us your CRP win.
Right. So during the time that I have been going through the phases and working on, you know, getting my business on, I've had some great wins. I've had some days that were fantastic. And I remember after doing my survey and finding out what my ideal target audience was, I decided to go ahead and do some free coaching, some free mentoring. And so I did that. And then, you know, the client that I interviewed, she was happy to continue with me, and she wanted to know, you know, about my packages. And she called me one time and she said, you know, I'm really happy to have done that coaching with you. I think you're fantastic. You know, she gave me a testimonial as well, so I have that. And she said, I would like to continue with you. How can I continue with you? Tell me what your prices are, what your package is in, and let's jump straight into it. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, you know, what I did for that, you know, that free coaching really worked. And, you know, now I started to see the benefits of me helping others. And I was so happy for that, Anna, really happy for that win.
Yes.
That was a good win, right?
That was a huge win. And that's why we were so excited, because it's, you know, it's those baby steps along the way, you know, and you took action and you started getting your craft out there and started working with people and doing those sessions. And then the sale is so much easier, right? Because she came to you and she was like, that was fun. I want to do more of this. How much do you charge? And it's like, everyone is always so scared of that selling, you know? And so I think that's just, I really want to.
Even with my Instagram, people, they private message me, they call me whenever they see me. They're like, wow, you know, I really love what you do. I really love your message. I really love the way that you're able to, you know, relay that confidence. You know, your work is so beautiful. You know, so it's the feedback that I get. You know, some of them may just be complimenting you on a post that you posted. Some people always say that, you know, that post that you did today really struck me because it's, you know, something I'm going through. And, you know, I now see clearly how I can get rid of that, you know, that mind block. So I've had a few wins.
Yeah. And also just staying consistent on Instagram, and then people are reaching out to you on DM. Like that's another key I wanted to highlight too, of just staying consistent, continuing to put your message out there. And then one day you have a DM and they want to work with you, you know? And so I think that's a really good model for us to talk about too. So what are you most proud of since you started?
I'm proud that I have made up my mind. I have made the decision to go on to this journey of owning my own business, and I've stuck to it. I'm really proud that I had the courage to say, I'm going to do this, and I have stuck to it. I'm still learning. I'm still, you know, getting my 2 feet grounded, but it has been a real blessing, and I'm reaping a lot of the benefits. So I'm really proud that I stuck to it, and that I've been, you know, motivated to do even more and reach even more people through this program.
Yeah, and I'm proud of like the confidence too. I can totally see from the beginning to now is like you've just grown so much, you know, and you're so much more confident now. And so I love seeing that too.
Thank you so much.
So where can people find out more about you?
So if you want to get in touch, you want to check out my Instagram, it's at Abi Ventour. And my website is www.abiventour.com. I have information about my services, information that would help you with your confidence, with your power and personality. So you'll be sure to check that out. Leave me a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment too. And if you have any questions, I'm going to go through. It looks like we did have a comment come in. So I'm going to go in and check that comment right after this. But I want to spell out your your website too, just in case they have trouble hearing that. It's ABIVENTOUR.com. And I'll make sure and link that below as well, because what I love too is you're modeling your business too. Your business is helping people overcome their confidence, and, you know, introverted women like you and me, we're both introverted. Like, this is not easy to put yourself out there and to do this stuff and to speak and do Facebook Lives. Like, both of us were nervous before this. So this does not come natural, people. And then just showing that you can do this, and then that's what the business is around too. And so I just love that it's so natural, and you're just using everything you've learned now to help other people. So big shout out to you, Abi, for doing that and being an inspiration and model for so many women.
Thank you so much.
Let me see. Dahlia is with us, and Dahlia says, I'm in love with your 90-day business plan. Thanks for this gift. Really, it was a great help. Awesome. I'm glad that was helpful. It was helpful for me too. That's what I use, that 90-day planner every single 90 days too. So, and I think I heard you mention that you.
Yeah, that 90-day is really good. It's the planner that helps you just figure out what you're going to do for the next 90 days, that 3-month goal, and keep to it, you know?
Yeah.
I remember posting that too. You remember when we had that 90-day challenge?
Yeah, that was in January, or December for the next year. Yeah, because you were in CRP then.
I was in CRP, yeah, December for sure. That was a good one. And it's still, like, even when you send me emails, I still see the 90-day planner right at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give you a nudge and say, keep at it, keep at your plan, you know?
So what is to close us off, what is your biggest piece of advice for someone who has, you know, struggling with their confidence starting a business, or just confidence in general?
I would say that my advice is, you know, not to go too hard, too fast, too early. I would say that, you know, it does take time to develop that confidence. Confidence is not something you wake up and have. So don't be too worried at the beginning when you you have that mind or somebody in your head saying, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. You know, don't be too alarmed if those bells go off, but still keep at it. I would say don't give up, you know, don't give up, because your talent, someone out there or people out there, they will be interested in what you have to offer. You know, everybody has that personality power that appeals to a certain type of demographic or a target audience. So I would say never give up. And, you know, don't be too worried if you fall, if you make a mistake, or if, you know, you get bumped on the road. It's a learning curve. Everyone, you know, has different paces at which they can work, but you have to find your inner confidence, you know, and that does take time. So don't give up, I would say.
Don't give up. No, and you're a great example of it, moving through the phases. And it's not easy, it's not overnight, but it's just staying consistent and doing it over and over again. So
Anna,
I love it. Thank you so much for being with me, Abi.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed this. This is good.
This was really good. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Oh, I do want to say, if you want to start a business or grow your business, our Freedom Workshop is coming up next week. It's starting on Monday, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be kind of like an online workshop where we go through 4 videos together through the next week. So the first one comes out on Monday, and I'm very, very excited. You can sign up at www.corporaterescueplan.com/freedom. And that will give you just a really good overview of how you can take, you know, the business plan, all the stuff, the phases, and really put it into action, just like Abi has done. So hopefully you guys will join us.